And what's going to be the wild card question for the day? Um, okay, okay. Let's say, would you like to be famous? And if so, by doing what? So I'll get it started. My intention is to interim lead the call while Chuy gets here. If he gets here, there was a blockade going on in Mexico City, which is not uncommon. So the intention is to lead the call if I can. Um, Present the update for marketing, see what the other teams have been working on. The my distraction. There's really not distracting. I'm really not distracted. There's a protein shake that I'm drinking, but that's not distracting.
Delicious.
It's delicious, yes. And would I like to be famous? For the longest time, I didn't want to. I had talents in like music and art, and I decided to go with um, trying to solve structural global problems, which is what brought me to Web3 and to Common Stack and then TC. But it's a funny thing. There's one usually meets their destiny in the road they took to avoid it. So um, I'm starting to realize that I can um, leverage the talents that God gave me, which I could have, um, which I can improve further. They're just latent there. I need to work on them, and I can do that in the service of bringing attention to global problems, hopefully without getting killed. um, so yeah, entertainment would be something that I'd like to um, be recognized in. So that being said, I will pass it. Welcome, Tokayo. We're just doing intentions, distractions, and the question of the day is: would you like to be famous? If so, by doing what? And it's just me that has gone by, so I will pass it to Gene.
Thank you, Mr. Wano. Yeah, intentions are to help push this group in the direction that we ideal and kind of, in a way, start to facilitate some marketing purposes. So that because I'm working in Sampo and it's kind of, I think, where I want to be as my major focus. So, and reading Nate's document describing the inflows and outflows of capital that we've been having, we are in desperate need of some service marketing. Distractions would be my cat. She's being a little shithead right now, and she's knocking off all sorts of stuff from counters, and that's distracting. And do I want to be famous? Not really. Um, yeah, it's kind of nice to be a nobody sometimes and uh, lie low. But if I had to choose some aspect of fame or infamy, I'd like to write. I like to be a writer at some point in my life, and I'll probably use a pen name. Because my name is rather silly sounding, but yeah, so I could be famous and still anonymous. We'll pass it to also Mr. Bear.
Thank you. Intentions are just to swing with you guys and see what's up. Distraction. I'm really hungry too. And if and with the question, maybe yes, maybe no. I always want to be in a band. It would be cool be in a band like a festival band, you know. But I'm okay like this, so everything good. Back to you, Mano.
Oh man, I'm the only one
I
who would
want
like
to change my
to.
answer. I want to win
Yeah.
the World Cup for the USA. I'll be famous that way. Best American soccer player ever.
Okay. Soccer is good. I think it's the global sport. Um, the beautiful sport, I think is I think called. The beautiful game, actually. Okay, cool. So, okay, well, I will share my screen right now. Um, all right, so going through the agenda in real life civil engineering events. Um, I'm not privy to any events going on right now other than the usual, T Academy events like T Global Hosts and the calls that they do. If anyone would like to put some music on, feel free to do so. Um, yeah, did someone unmute? Someone wants to?
Um, when is ETH Barcelona?
I do not know.
And they were saying about ECC or something like that, and I didn't know where that was or what that was about. That was the only IRL events that I could think of.
I can actually check right now. Check right now. Where is the? It's a huge group, 2,704 members. Uh, People always ask, when is it? When is it? So I'll just look. Okay, here. Okay, so 6th to 10th of July is ETH Barcelona. Okay. Cool. So that's that. Yeah, for now, I guess we can move on to the. Yeah, we can move on to the part where we do the updates on the different teams. I'll start myself for Mano time. For marketing, we are preparing the next. We are preparing the third newsletter, which will go live this week. Also preparing uh, a special edition newsletter showcasing the results of our audit. Um, if I don't know, Bruno, I don't know if you were you involved with the audit or was that empty only? Okay, cool. Uh, okay, welcome, Chuy, and Daya. Yeah, we've finished the intentions and distractions, and the question we asked was, "Would you like to be famous? If so, why?" And we're moving on to giving the updates on the different teams. Barely getting started with the marketing team. So for that, I was just saying that we're preparing the third newsletter, which will go live this week, and also we're preparing a special edition newsletter showcasing the results of our audit. That was a request from Septimus, transparency overlord of the Commons, and yeah, that is pretty much what's going on in marketing. We had a sync earlier on, and Chuy and I talked yesterday about the direction that the marketing team will take now that it has funds. And so we came to the conclusion to not devote time or funds to diversify on different ways of saying the same thing about token engineering, but rather to find new things to say, right? So, what are maybe some ways that we can illuminate what we're doing with this financial technology tools that we're building, and what are some things that haven't been explored from that? So, if anyone has any suggestions, it's we're working on the genesis of that idea. And so that's pretty much for the marketing sync, just preparing the third newsletter and the special edition audit newsletter. And being that as it may, I could pass it to Asset Laser to do the Twitter planning, but I will also allow Chuy to interject if you want to say something, Chuy, or take over the call.
Yeah, Manu, thanks for covering for me. I went through like a strike, and yeah, I pretty much got like caught up into traffic. So sorry, everyone, to be late. And yeah, thank you very much, Manu, again for handling the first minutes of this call. Before jumping like more into the teams, or yeah, you know what? Let's do updates for teams, and then let's have like an open talk and discussion about the real life events. So maybe I can pass it to Acid Laser.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Well, for Twitter, we are covering now the T Tuesdays. I already posted the most recent one talking about doing analytics, this tweet made by Chuy and Septi. The last T Tuesday had a really good engagement, the one that Lauren made. And I think this one has a lot of potential. So if you want to make some retweets and likes, it will be cool. And Twitter is going great. Every day we have much followers, and that's really good. All the token engineering community is there, and it's amazing. There's not too much to say here, but if you want to drop some tweets, come to the calls. It's on Mondays, and there are tables there if you want to make some feedback and or some ideas for new tweets. You feel free to do it. And that's it. In the animation and video production team, we had a quick introduction, the last call of the reward system working group, talking about the upcoming quantifier tutorial video. And we don't have too much time because we were in the last minutes of the call. But in the next call, Christopher is going to make us the first point to talk in the call. So we expect to present to the working group the storyboard and the script, so they can give us some feedback and opinions, so we can make some corrections and don't waste too much time doing things wrong. So they can give us the good way to do it. That's kind of all. I don't know if there's some updates. Oh yeah, we have the the Gardens proposals. If you have some TEC tokens there, go support that proposal. And that's it. I don't know if there's some updates in the translations team.
Yeah, we have. Oh, before we change the topic, well, Gardens and pretty much all of the One Hive domains are down. So, like, we don't know how much time like this will take to fix. Probably is going to be the next 24 hours. But also, I'm going to be alert, and I'm also drafting like a tweet for whenever it comes back up. We can go ahead and vote in this proposal. For those of you that don't know, there was like a hack in One Hive's DNS, but they are in direct contact with the provider, so it should be fixed in the next hours, hopefully. So yeah. Oh, and don't use HoneySwap as a precautionary measure. Okay. About the T Academy. We are working on their recurrent communications. Angie has been doing an amazing job there. So actually, I'm gonna ask her to start attending these calls because sometimes I'm not able to cover like all of the updates, and I feel that there's also some really great stuff going on there. And on Anatech's side, she's also really active on real life events. So right now we were working on putting together some merge for permissionless. And also we are doing some outreach to 3 different communities to kind of like take over their spotlight for like a week or something in their community calls. And be able to promote 3 different educational opportunities that the Token Engineering Commons is offering. The first one would be the T Fundamentals course by the Token Engineering Academy. The second one, the Discord Bot Army by TEC Labs. And the third one is the Graviton training, which already has a date later this month. So yeah, we're gonna start doing a lot of promotion in general for the Gravity training. But specifically, we're doing this spotlight on these 3 different communities. So yeah, if you're interested in participating, we are preparing like some like brief documents and some material that we can put together for sharing the news in a very like efficient way. So if you're interested in contributing to this, yeah, we hope to see you in the T Academy sync on Mondays. And as far as the translations team goes, Escanor and I had a great sync sync call yesterday as well. And what we started putting together yesterday was like a much like clearer information about the incident, about the difference that there was. I would love to share like some advance with everyone, but like Escanore and I kind of like because we went through like the Gravity process, we would like to feel comfortable with this information before exposing it to the TEC. So yeah, I just wanted like to be open about that and mention it. But we are already working in like an overview of the whole situation. And we're gonna also be calling a soft vote on the forum to ask for community feedback about what decisions should be made. And this is mostly around what to do with the current funds. So I don't know, like maybe some people in the community want to see like the funds back in the common pool, and then for us to like run a proposal from scratch. So I don't know, like if maybe somebody like maybe nobody has like a problem with this, and they would be good for paying current contributors that worked on different stuff around translations, and apply for another like proposal to request for additional funding. So if you're interested in participating in this decision, also keep engaged with the forum. And I think that's it for teams. Does anybody want to add anything about teams or has any questions.
Just to inform that John Jonas is having some medical issues, so if you don't see him here, lady. So that's it.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Acid Laser. Yeah, no worries. We're still also like on standby because the proposal is up already, so no worries. We'll get back to work as soon as he feels better. So yeah, if you talk to him, please send him our best, and yeah, tell him about the proposal. I don't know how much conviction we have currently, but it's getting there. It's getting support. Okay, so pretty much our only agenda topic is in real life token engineering events. So I'm gonna give like a brief introduction, and after this, I would like to open it up for anyone to like maybe start having some brainstorming around this, and let's see how we can start like well, yeah, just like having ideas about what would be best. So yeah, briefly, what we want to do is that seeing that oh wow, seeing that like we've been having a lot of attention from real life events. Livy and Angela had this great idea about like what if we start like doing our own initiatives like as side events for conferences, which really, like, I have to admit, like it touches me like on a very sensitive side because it's like everything that I love. But like, I mean, the only way that we have like reached this point in which we can maybe start taking this on is because of the amazing job that the different teams have been doing. So make sure you praise other team members that you've seen like working, and make sure you recognize their work, because this is really starting to do differences because we're able to take on bigger projects. So the first idea around this real life event for token engineering is that I don't know if everybody here has seen the TC on conference like after movie that we had for Paris last year. Can you look that up, Manu, on YouTube?
Yeah, sure. What was it?
It's TC on conference Paris.
Yeah, this video is so
There we
good.
go.
Maybe we can try to get one from it, Barcelona.
Oh yeah, of course. Like the idea is to try to replicate as much as possible this specific event that we had in Paris, but make it in Barcelona and do it, like more openly. Maybe get some sponsors, like people like free food, people like free drinks. So let's see if we can get support. Like we are already like asking, like give it for support for events like the Taoist and like different meetups that we're doing. So I figure that I mean, the TC doesn't have many resources, but I feel that regarding getting some value back, like I feel that these events like open up and invite a lot of people to participate. So as you can see in the unconference, we had these different activities where we could define. Actually, like the first idea that the team's first ideas like came up here, I think. It was like, okay, so how can we like decentralize communications and like having an idea of like having different creatives collaborating. So I feel that these events are really, really good for like having important and relevant talks. So the idea is let's try to put something like that, like this together for ETH Barcelona, since a lot of people are going to be there. So over the weekend, I contacted different event planners in Barcelona that I know there. They're not into Web3, but it's also like they were curious about it. So I'm trying to see, if like there's something there that we can do. But like maybe I'm being like too general in like regarding like what goes on in these kinds of events. So this is because I want to open up the stage, and I want to listen to your different impressions of if you were to attend a token engineering event that openly like shares knowledge, and it's like a Schelling point for token engineers, just like the TEC, but in real life. What would you be expecting from this event, other than like maybe free drinks and free food? But what would you be expecting? I don't know. Maybe you're thinking about swag. Like maybe we want to put out like some cool swag for this event, right? And I feel that any idea at this point is valid. So maybe I'll start taking note on some of the. Oh, thanks for adding that last part, Manu. I'm going to start taking note on some different brainstorming for this. So does anybody want to take it first, or should I pass it? I'll pass it to Septi.
Actually, I was going to take it.
There we go.
Actually, like I have a sister that's a photographer, and it's living very close to Barcelona. If we talk to her with enough time in advance, I think like we could get her to get some good pictures of the event. Yeah, I'm just throwing it there. Like I could get a photographer. And yeah, I think like whatever we do in Barcelona, I think it's content. Like what we are doing is amazing. So if we can get all this content out there, it's going to be so beneficial for the TEC. So yeah, I'm totally up to. I would support any kind of proposal that aims to get content out of conferences. Yeah, I'll pass it to Asset Laser.
Which was the question?
It's about ideas that you have for token engineering real life events. So if you were to attend, a side event for ETH Barcelona about token engineering, just some expectations that you would have, right? It doesn't have to be token engineering related. Just like, yeah, let your mind be free. Like if you're expecting like cool DJs, that's something. So yeah, just I wanted to open up and see like what ideas the community had for a real life token engineering event.
Yeah, I think the Taoist idea about implementing artists that are involved in the space, that is amazing. So I think there are many artists in each country that need some exposure, and also they're in the space. So it's a great idea to have some artists in the events. Not only DJ, but bands and singers and and that stuff. And I'll
Sorry,
pass. What?
I would like to add something. Like I think like the vibe from the last conference from Paris, I think that was perfect, and I would like to replicate that. The way it was like very like people was just raising issues. Like we had like a first time of all talking together. Then there was like many calls happening at the same time, and everyone just was attending whatever topic they were most interested in. And I think actually that was very nice. Like I feel like if we could replicate that, maybe we can have like like DJs and stuff like after doing work. That'd be cool. But for me, like this kind of hacking in real life, getting work done, I think that was super fun and very productive at the same time.
I also like what was that game that we played? I think it was what was the name of it? Like like three
Yeah.
words, in just like one you had to like act it, and the other one you had to I can remember how was it, but that was really cool, and it was mostly like around like different token engineering concepts. So that was fun. Let me add this.
All work and no play makes Chuy a dull boy.
Cool swag. Free food and drinks. And what if we token gate this event? So you have to call TEC if you want to attend. Okay, maybe let's pass it to Daya. Do you have any ideas about like a real life event?
Hello. I don't. I don't really. I'd like to hear more of your ideas first before saying something not valuable.
Oh yeah, it's okay. But I mean, you've like in the past, I think you've gone maybe to like concerts or gatherings or like some kind of meetup. So what do you like to see in these events, especially the ones that are like about sharing knowledge? So even if it's like there was like this thing at ETH Denver, like how do you say it, toro mecánico, like a mechanic bull.
Yeah, mechanical goal.
Oh yeah, so so there was like a mechanical bull, and I don't think that's a good idea for the tea event, but I really love that. Like, it's just like random, like to show up to an event and then it's like, oh, there was this thing going on. So I feel that like pretty much any idea that can be like entertaining for people or bring people together around this to recreate a real life experience. Any idea around that is valid. So yeah, if you want to share like any like ideas or maybe like experiences that you'd like, that can help us a lot for
Yeah.
like this brainstorm.
So I recently went to a stand-up show, and for some of us, there were like it was a like young jokes, and my parents
Mhm.
didn't find it funny, but I did. So I think if we can bring like a stand-upper, is that how you say it, stand-upper?
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah, like stand-up comedian.
yeah, exactly. Like in the mid-time entertainment could be fun. Of course, talking about like these topics, I think will be fun.
That's
And
a
great.
pretty good idea, actually. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you very much, Daya, for sharing this. Do you want to pass it to someone else?
Yeah, let's see. Is Septimus has talked yet?
Septimus went already, but
Okay.
maybe let's throw it to Jean. I think Jean and Bear are Manu are the only ones left.
Okay.
Thanks, Diane. Thanks, Chuy. Yeah, so in my mind, the in real life events are more of like a mechanism of advertising than they are of preaching to the choir, so to speak. So I would be against token gating just for that aspect that we don't need to advertise to the people who are already aware. We more need to draw people in when we're at in real life events. Just in my humble opinion, I would say that something that I would expect to see or hear are something like simplified explanations or presentations on the technical aspects of token engineering. So trying to kind of describe what it is that we are trying to accomplish and how we are going about doing that. Maybe a demonstration of the ABC or presentation on the ABC and how it funds the commons and how that might be able to be applied to other projects similarly. Maybe like a vision of the future, kind of like a Tomorrowland-ish thing in Disneyland, where we can get an idea as to how token engineering can contribute to resolutions and solutions for society's issues for today and tomorrow. Like, what might be problems in the future that this could solve, and what are problems that it could solve for today. And maybe kind of lastly, it would be an idea that's contingent on something that we would do ahead of time, which would be to begin to create some partnerships with some credible third parties, i.e., the United Nations Youth Development Program for addressing the Sustainable Development Goals, World Health Organization, World Bank, maybe particularly a government of a struggling country or economy, some small nation state, an island nation or an island republic of some sort, maybe even somewhere that's already trying to do something like the government of Nigeria has a CBDC that they've tried to roll out. And inflation there is over 30%. It's like 37% or something like that, which is just outrageous. So trying to kind of create some sort of link, and then be able to demonstrate this partnership and talk about it. So that's some random ideas. Pass it to Mr. Mono.
Thank you. Thank you, Gene. I was away from the laptop, but I'm back. Okay, yeah, for me, definitely swag. I really like I was very on the Taoist Mexico. One of my favorite parts about it was that I could finally get some clothing that would allow me to rep the culture that I'm very involved in. So yeah, anything from shirts, hats, stickers. Also, I'd be interested in doing workshops or just doing a talk about ways in which people invest their money in Web3. I think we're very much on the regen specter side of things, and that comes at the opportunity cost of maybe foregoing some of the big gains that people do when they just stake tokens or lend. Like Chuy was explaining me how you can lend through Agave. So I'd be interested in ways in which people are investing their money. I read earlier that Griff made $500 arbitraging our bonding curve.
Oh, I heard that Septi made a whole lot of money over the weekend.
Damn, Septi, we gotta talk, man. Yeah, but
but Septi, it's can you tell us a little bit about arbitrage? Because yesterday I was running some experiments with Gene. I mean, it wasn't that much of arbitrage, but maybe you want to tell us a little bit about this. And I also feel that Acid Laser could use this explanation a lot for maybe the next TE Tuesday could be about arbitrage, but how can you shine a light in this whole thing?
Yeah, basically, when there is discrepancy between the prices, you can check on the Dune dashboard when the burning price and the market price are different, or when the minting price, and you can do arbitrage in two ways. Even if you if you had a lot of TC and the mint price is lower than the market price, then you can sell TC and then buy it back in the secondary market. And then when in the other way around, it's you have a bunch of DAI in your wallet doing nothing, and then there is like a burning price that is higher than the price in the market. Then you just buy TC on the market and burn it into the bonding curve. And I actually made like $500 in half an hour, like just a couple of trades. It was, yeah, and anyone can do that, and you are funding public goods. Where like there's no, like normally it's bots doing it, but I feel like the people is not building bots on our bonding curve yet. So yeah, maybe we take the opportunity. It's good like people do it, so the price is back to normal. But it's not always happening. It's like when there is opportunity actually, like when when this discrepancies on the price, like there is arbitrage opportunity when I did it. Like if you do it after, then there's like you lose money. You have to do it like when actually there is an opportunity. But yeah, like just keep a control. Like when especially like the one I did, like what come actually like from the water thing, lead to a lot of liquidity with a lot of slippage. So it's like yeah, just monitor the curve and yeah, take profit out of it. That's good for the commons. That's good for you. So
Can you? I mean, we don't have like HoneySwap right now, but I think that 1inch works as an aggregator for HoneySwap liquidity, so you can try it there. Manu, could you share the the
link
June analytics dashboard?
Yeah.
So this is actually our T Tuesday of this week. This tool. So what Septi was mentioning is that like whenever you see a price difference between like market price and burn price, there's like there's an opportunity right now actually, because you can buy like TEC in the open market and then go and sell it in the curve for a higher price. So there's actually like a profit in this price difference. And yeah, remember that if you want to visit like the curve, which is convert.tcommons.org, that's the curve application, and then you can find HoneySwap liquidity in 1inch or Swapper, I think, while HoneySwap is down. So yeah, thank you for touching on that subject, Manu. And yeah, it could be like a really good idea if we could like implement explaining this kind of stuff in the live events, like how can they actually like help us, like advanced token engineering by participating in our economy. So promoting this in a live event is like much better than just like shilling a token, because the community is aware of like the power that there is in doing these interactions with these opportunities. So yeah, anything else, Manu, that you would like to add?
Let me think. No, if anything, just +1 to Daya's idea of having like stand-up comedians, but like a stand-up comedian act of like like she said, like Web3 topics. Like, there's just so much going on in the space, and some things are just so ridiculous that I think it lends itself beautifully to having a bit about it. So I thought that was a great idea. I guess someone would need to. I think in general, there's just a whole market that is untapped, a blue ocean market, for like creating art that is like Web3 native. Like songs that have lyrics with like the lingo that we use, or like poems that touch on the topics that we engage in, art. Just a lot of things that I believe have not been explored. I mean, sure, there's NFTs and all that, but that's I think that's like the speculative bubble, but like the actual content and the art, like the inside of the asset, the thing that gives it value, I think that is greatly unexplored, and it's a blue ocean market, like hugely untapped. So something around that, something within something that has to do with art, really, and supporting artists that want to delve deep into topics that are intrinsic to what do we do. That's pretty much it. Is it Bear 100 is left? I'll pass it to you then.
Yep.
Pass it to you, Bruno. That's very interesting. So like sort of like the 180 experience. Like the idea is born, people talk about it, and then an artist creates art to delve deeper on the emotions that are around it. So that's I like that. That's cool. Cool. Back to you, Chuy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm loving these ideas. And yeah, also like Septi was mentioning, his sister is a photographer, right? So if there's like any chance, or you come across like any, like people like you like, you never know, but if you know like someone in Barcelona that you think that could help in some efforts with this, I feel this would be like a great opportunity. This is how we met Julie, actually, in Paris. So yeah, it's like, you never know, right? Like what contacts there are. So yeah, if you know anyone that can contribute to this, I'm most likely not attending Barcelona. But just by any chance, like, is anybody here planning on attending? I think Manu, I think you should. I think you deserve it.
I'll be there.
Septi will be there. Acid Laser should also be there.
Are you going to?
No, I can't.
Oh, you
It's
you have the tour, right?
way too close to. It's the tour, and also the date is way too close to Ethereum Mexico, and we're gonna be just like adding some efforts there. But yeah, like it was about them time. Like Amsterdam was just like too much. So yeah, I'm gonna be good without Ethereum events until August. So
can you remind me?
So yeah,
ETH Mexico is in August, like 10th or something like that.
No, 19th through the 21st. But it's mostly gonna be like blockchain week. Like Harmony and Near, they all want their own events. And so yeah, the hackathon is gonna be just like the weekend, but I feel that the whole week is most likely going to be like packed with events. So it would be nice to have like a side event there. We still have like a much more time until if Mexico happens, but yeah, I feel like a great step now would be Barcelona, and also Barcelona is going to be an event that is exposed to a much more experienced audience around token engineering, and I feel that maybe for ETH Mexico it could be more educational focused. Like Token Engineering Academy could be like offering like a T Fundamentals 101 or something like this, right? Or work sessions like the T Academy the T Fundamentals 360 sessions. So I think that there is definitely like a bunch of opportunity around real life events. So it could be a great time for jumping into this whole market. And these kind of gatherings aren't that expensive to put together. Like I feel that we could submit some proposals that are compatible with what the Token Engineering Commons is going through. And maybe we can luckily apply to, Gnosis Innovation DAO could maybe like support us with some money for this. I know that Ethereum Foundation, ETH Global could be also interested in, they want to support token engineering. So maybe this could be like a great way, like creating spaces around conferences. So yeah, I'm definitely down for working more in this idea. So yeah, we'll see where that take us, and I'm gonna be updating everyone on the planning of this event. I think during these calls. So yeah, if anybody would like to bring this up like on a site or like jump on a call with me for whatever reason, please let me know if you want to contribute to this real life events idea. So I think
I want to contribute to real life events. So we can talk about that later. And also during this last 2 minutes, I'd like to invite everyone in here to click on the link there at the end of our agenda, so that you guys can vote on the current contenders that we have for the next Commons that Common Stack will launch. As you all know, the TC was the proof of concept in Common Stack. In Common Stack, approach of using open source library of low-scale components to fund purpose-driven economy. So, what will the purpose of the next economy be? Right now, we have Banting DAO, Gravity, and Liberating Structures as contenders. You all know about Gravity DAO and Liberating Structures. Banting DAO is about creating. It's about
chill it.
It's about funding and supporting research and open source software that supports the creation of resources for people that are diabetic, right? So either programs to ration insulin, ration it safely, or creating new ways to fund people who cannot, cannot afford their insulin, or just any amount of ways we can support these type of people. So yeah. Anyway,
there's a video that is coming up. I just want to be clear. Like all of the ideas are super worth it. So I would highly recommend everyone here to just like deep dive into like seeing each proposal. But yeah, there's Manu and Gustavo are leading efforts around Banting DAO. There are some really cool ideas that I like about it. And also Gravity DAO, which is like like a project that Juanca started here that has grown a lot, and we're having the Graviton training soon. And also Liberating Structures, I think it's a project led mostly by Jeremy Akers. So he's really cool and very passionate about liberating structures. These are the ones that I know, but from what I've read, there are some really cool ideas. So make sure that you jump in. If you are part of the trusted seat, make sure you vote to see what the next comments is going to be. We're at the top of the hour, but would anybody like to add something to this call or anything we're leaving out? Edu's hard 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much. I'll see you during the week. And yeah, thanks everyone for attending this call. Have a great Tuesday and rest of the week.
Cool.
Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.